Hi everyone. I'm making this video to share about something that I've been working on for more than a week now, and this is an update that I couldn't really fit into a blog post, and it didn't really, a GIF wouldn't really capture the whole essence of it. So I just wanted to give an update on this and would also encourage and urge everyone who's watching and is interested in contributing in open source to sort of get involved in this. And it's a very early stage. I've already got like 2 contributors that are sort of maintainers with me, and I really hope that anyone can get involved with this. The code base should be simple, and there should be resources for everyone. So yeah, just let me get that out of the way. And this is called YOLOExplorer. This is built on the idea that there has to be a way to iterate on your datasets really quickly, simply, and using the kind of tools at your disposal in the Python data ecosystem. And then the interface has to also be designed for every use case, like whether there's a toy data set which can sort of be just explored using Python, or maybe something more exploratory using a notebook, or maybe something that's really involves a deep dive into the data set. That would be a GUI dashboard, right? So all covering all bases but still being simple is the idea here, because there are a lot of data exploratory tools, and those are usually designed for teams, professionals, which 90% of the people or maybe more don't really need, right? So that's the idea with this project, and I made a blog post, not a blog post, but a LinkedIn post about this, and it got like some good responses, and I got like a couple users posting about it, and then also like a couple users got involved, right? So the idea here was like, if you have not really seen this post, you should see this post, and then also like try out the Colab example to get to know what this exactly is. But essentially, in a nutshell, this post describes it much better than I can. So it essentially is, you can query your CV datasets using SQL, which is database language, and that sort of provides the right kind of filters to double down on the kind of examples you're looking for. And the second thing would be to combine that, right, with the power of vector similarity search. Again, this is powered by LanceDB, which is a serverless VectorDB, and it has a clean interface into Python data ecosystem, so you don't really have to learn a new language or a new tool. You just can use Pandas, Arrow, or SQL to sort of write queries and search for stuff. And again, it's serverless, no setup, nothing required, right? So everything is on your system, and you don't have to worry about how many indexes you create or how many queries you run, right? And again, it has native support for Analytics YOLO v5, v8, and any model that it supports, including FastSam, RTData, and stuff like that, right? Okay, so that's pretty much it. Like that was like a 2-minute pitch. You have this Colab that shows you how to load a data, build the embeddings, which is essentially a table, and then now you can start sort of querying using SQL. You can also run SQL queries to get the data frame, so you can just deep dive into any of the aspect because the data is in tabular format. And then like this, and then you can also like find similar images to the ones that you pass. So for example, here you find like 4 similar images to this. You find duplicate images. You can merge data sets and create another data set, and then with one click, with one command, you have persisted a new data set, and you can simply start training. It spits out that command that you need to train it, right? That's as simple as that. Now this is pretty much useful for analyzing your data set, seeing some examples that were sort of not performing really well, and so you can just see what's happening there. But sometimes you need to dive a bit deeper into this, and sometimes you also have large data sets, right? So you need a better interface. So the idea here is that we have a Python interface. We have something that also works with a notebook interface. Last thing would be to get something that works with GUI, right, which is essentially a dashboard. So here we are. I've just started working on this. This is still in initial phase. So yeah, but I just want to put this out so that I can get some real feedback on this and whether this is useful or not, right? So this is pretty simple. You just use the same syntax, YOLOExplorer, and then you set the data set that you want to use. Now, I didn't want to use a toy data set because I just want to show the real use case in the real world. So VOC is a pretty large data set. Like, it's larger than some of the real world data sets that you would use in a business setting, right? And then there's just 2 lines of code that you're gonna need, and then you can do your Python stuff. You can do your preliminary analysis, and you can plot your similarity index and stuff like that. But when you realize, okay, I need to take a deeper look, I need a dashboard that I can sort of start running queries, and I can see all the images, you just call the dashboard, which is explorer.dash, right? And this will open up in browser, right? So I'm using Streamlit. It has some disadvantages. It's pretty slow in terms of re-rendering and performance, but the speed that it provides for development sort of outweighs that a little bit. So I might move to other tools, but right now this seems like a good 80-20 solution. So I'll just hide the dash for now. So by default it displays 250 images, but you can see like all the images, all the 16,000 images are in memory. I can just show you, like, turn this into 500, and so it will now show 500 images, which is pretty snappy. Now this is for querying, right? You can query using SQL. So I'm not displaying labels yet, and again it's under construction. So I can just say I'll just use all lowercase letters. So select all from table. Actually this will be fixed. So yeah, here's where so let's say I just want to look at samples that have horses and a human being, right? So where labels like horse, and then let me just combine that with person. Again, you should use like the uppercase letter for SQL keywords, but yeah, I don't care at this point. So I run this query, and within a couple seconds it gives me back this sample. So again, you see total number of images in this particular query are 436, and I've again limited that to 250. You can increase that. Now let's say I want to find out images where there's a horse, there's a person, but the person isn't wearing a cap, a helmet, something like that, right? So you can find similar images by selecting an image. You see I've selected one image, and I can select search and limit to 25, or let's just say limit to 50. But I'm not gonna search it now. I'm just gonna combine this, right? You can also combine it. So let me just select a couple more examples. Here is the person again. Here is nope, yeah, here they are. They're not wearing a cap. Here again, and maybe this one, right? I think these should be good enough. So we have 5 examples selected. Now let's search for similar images to just double down on those, right? So it's running a similarity search, and then in a couple seconds it should load, right? So yeah, we now have the images where they're images similar to the image where there were people and horse, but people are not wearing anything on their head, like a cap or a helmet, right? So we selected these 4 images, I guess, not sure. So we got like this result, right? The idea was that, actually let me just reload that. So we actually we might have also selected all of them. That sort of pass the filter, but yeah, let me just find another example. Let's say a person and a car, right? And I should be able to, yep, right. And then let's say, yeah, let me choose this image, and let me choose this image, right? These 2 images. So there's a person and a car, and let's try to find similar images to those, and it should load now. So here you see these 2 images, because we have taken these 2 samples, so these 2 obviously will pass that, and then we have all the other images. Now again, you might have seen, okay, now these 2 images are essentially the same image, right? Again, you have found another duplicate. So while I was making the demo for the Python interface, I sort of got one, and now here I've got one. So this is going good. And so yeah, that's pretty much it. I think, okay, again, we have 2 duplicates. So that's like, this is a curated data set, and it has like 3 or 4 duplicate images, right? And who knows how many more, right? So this is like the direction in which the project is moving. You will soon be able to plot all the embeddings and get the analysis of your labels, stats, and how the data set is looking. And then here you will be able to sort of pass in more data sets right here, let's say you're working with maybe Coco, so you're gonna pass Coco and other data sets here, and that will be used as image bank, so that you can sort of merge images from that data set to this data set, and combine them with queries and stuff like that, and this interface will be this simple. So this is the idea. Let me know if any one of you would like to get involved in the project. Just come on over to GitHub, and I can write some issues, I can write some contribution guidelines and stuff like that will help you get started. Again, this is very nascent phase. I have not even published like our official release version. It's just on developer version. So yeah, it's a good time to get involved. And yeah, if you like this project, don't forget to just start this on GitHub. It will sort of give me some motivation to go on. Yeah, that's my pitch. All right, so I'll just end this video here. I hope I didn't talk for too long, but even if I did, I don't care. I'm not going to edit this. So yeah, see you in the next one whenever I do this again. All right, bye.